It's been so good to me, and I am so blessed. All these years I've lived for Jesus. He's been my best friend. He's been my refuge. He's been my rock, my fortress. David said, He's a God most high. He's my Lord. I love Him so much this evening. I was stricken with polio when I was 2 years old. The earthly doctor said I wouldn't live, called my dad in and said, we've done all we can do. There's no way that your son's going to make it. You see, I went to the doctor. The first doctor said I had a bad case of the flu, sent me back home 30 days later without any medical attention. They carried me into the second doctor, stiff as a board on a pillow. But aren't you glad we got a great physician? God had a plan. Polio left me with my right arm and hand completely paralyzed. It would take a miracle for me to be able to play any instrument at all. But I came in contact with that miracle working God on my knees when I was only 8 years old. And He saved me by His marvelous grace. And I love Him so much. That same year, He gave me my first song, 3 verses and a chorus. And I asked God to let me be able to play music with those songs that He was giving me. That dream came true when some volunteer music teachers came to our handicap school. The school I attended was called Palmer Center. And all the palsy children attended there. And there was some volunteer teachers came, and one of those was a guitar teacher. And I got on board with that. My school teacher saw my interest in the guitar, Brother Ken. Yes. And she bought me my first one. It was just a little old beginner's guitar. But you know what? I learned how to play that thing, and God blessed it. Wrote many a songs on that little guitar. Shortly after that, my mother threatened to chop it up for kindling wood because I was keeping the family awake in the wee hours of the morning after they went to sleep. I was still trying to learn how to play. But one day, after the much prayer and dedication to the music, God heard a little crippled boy's prayer, and He gave me enough strength in my hand because the thumb started working first, and I still not got enough strength to hold a pick between my thumb and my first finger. But I learned that I can manipulate a thumb pick. It works pretty well. But God gave me just enough strength in my forearm and my hand to be able to play for Him. And I give Him thanks because I realize that every time that I play on the stage across this country, it's got to be God. It's not me. It's got to be God. He performed a miracle. But I come all this way from Hilton, Virginia to let you know that Philippians 4:13 says we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. And one of these days I'll be strolling instead of rolling. One of these days I'm going to bid this wheelchair goodbye.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
For long I won't need it anymore.
Amen.
Oh, Matthew preached this morning. laying up your treasures on the other side, where the moths can't corrupt and the thieves can't break through and steal and rust can't harm it. Lay it up where it counts. Because everything you see, just look around you this evening. Everything that you see is going to pass. It's going to decay. But that you lay up on the other side is what's going to be eternal. The life, your soul that you send to Jesus when this life is over. But I love you today. I came all the way to tell you that Philippians 4:13, we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us.